Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift.
Yeah, it ain't no gift if there's strings attached, is it? Mega Value customer. Where are the golfers? It's a holiday weekend. Yes, it is, but it's so hot and big thunderstorms. Oh, you should have seen it yesterday. I did the show. Did I do a show? Yeah. And had a nice big rain, but usually when you watch the radar, it passes, right? And it had open space behind it. So I thought, but it says more heavy rain. I thought, how's that possible? But I was watching the radar, and it just bubbled up. As you could see it, it just came right up. It didn't come over. It generated right here. And the same thing's going to happen today. So around 6 o'clock, it's going to have another heavy rain. And if you live down here, I mean, nobody told me this, but I go out and walk around the property after heavy rain like that. You just never know. You know, just look around, check it out. I had one of the downspouts kind of started carving out like a little hole. I've never seen it come out that hard. I mean, it was full throttle yesterday. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the depressions there in the golf course, and they come towards the edge. Well, if you look to the left, that's the lowest point in front of, you can see the white flag today, look at that. But if you come up along my hedge and go left and follow it down, there's a depression. So I go out on the birdcage after the rain, and I see the reflection. I see a light on the ground. I go, what the hell? It's a pond. It was reflecting the street light. It came down heavy, and which is great, you know. I mean, we want the rain. I don't want it all. We don't want it all at once, but you got to take what you can get. But summer's here. It's going to be the locals that are doing the golfing. But you're right. It is a Memorial Weekend. So, but I guess the heat. 97 degrees in the birdcage. What's the weather app say? I used to could type it up on the desktop here. It doesn't come up anymore to where I want it. 89 degrees. Wind 8 miles per hour. Humidity is 56%. I'll take it. So hanging out. What do you think of the new bullet train, huh? Got a new channel going full throttle. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is, the NewBroShow. Get on board or get out of the way. Whatever you do, don't lay down on the tracks. What do you think? Full speed. How do you get all those subscribers so quickly? Who's behind the scenes? Now, Tanzil has parted ways with Archie. Would Tanzil do that? Who has the highest, largest presence over there now? That big boss man, Squirrely. So I suspect he's involved somehow. Got to be careful with him, Patrick. There's always conditions. There's no such thing as a gift where he comes from. Do I have anything planned today? No. What do you think of the new NewBroShow? Kind of aggressive, isn't it? And, you know, I never ask anybody about their money. But if you're a EDMM, or a Deca MM, what are you doing monetizing? It's just another beg stream. And what did Dave Ramsey call that in Texas? Big hat, no cattle? Come on, Patrick. What are you doing? Maybe he's going to give it to charity. Real charities. Not somebody who claims to be a charity case on YouTube, but real charities. Well, you ain't nobody on YouTube until you're on Playboard. So I thought, how funny would that be if I could get a Playboard graphic on him? He's not there yet. I'd like to see what he made today. You know, he's going to be he's going to end up there in the Playboard a Go-Go. It's coming. No comments?
I do have access to some money. Well, I have access to money. I don't have access to money to buy a quality watch.
Oh, Blondie, come back. Blondie, come back. We can be friends.
The secret is, if you find a wealthy lady who supports you, you don't need to pay anything. That's the secret, okay?
I think that's a stretch. The last paragraph, let's see. And who knows, perhaps the Islamic Republic of Iran would like to join us in the Abraham Accords. That's a stretch. if that were to happen, he should definitely get the Nobel Peace Prize. Absolutely, I think. We got a comment. Thank you. I think, till I read it. Hold on, let me get the... I get in the mood, but haven't done it lately. Because it takes a special trip, and there's a pizzeria down the street, a good one, a fired one, and a thin crust, but not really. I mean, yeah, I eat it when I can find it, or if I'm in the mood for it. Or if you're Sam's Club, you can get a full pizza. I don't know if Costco has pizza. How do you order it, by the slice or whole pizza? Oh, it's Costco by the slice. That's kind of nice. But every time I'm in Costco, I get the turkey, provolone, cheese, and tomato. That's great. That is really filling. So, Quan, what do you think? What are you scared of? What do you think of the new Bro Show? I think it's going to be like every other channel. It's going to start off strong, but you're not going to get $500. What did Curly give him? $500 plus? That's not going to come in all the time.
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift.
let's see, pasta. Nobody will support Jax and all his hate and backstabbing, even though it's just a show. And AD Never Calling took a different playbook and will be successful. The money was a message sent. Sent to who? It's your money wasted. I mean, I understand your point. You know, I'm not disagreeing with it. I mean, I phrase it differently. Hey, you know, you can't sell it. I mean, who wants to be around it? The negativity. But I kind of, you know, I get your point. But you're not going to be sending that. Nobody's going to be sending that kind of money every week. And there's expectations. When you accept that kind of money, and then again, how did he get the membership? Who bought all the memberships for people? I don't think it was Tanzil. I think we know. Follow the money. Well, listen, I think it'll destroy anyone. Pasta, just my opinion, Doc, the negativity will destroy him. Not only not be successful, but it will eat you up inside, if it's genuine. But you know, if you're speaking the words and you get worked up, there's no difference. It's going to have the effect on your system, your mind, body, spirit. So if your mind is that way, I mean, it comes back. It comes back to you. MT85 and Thomas bought the memberships for everyone. Really? Okay, cool. Well, he's got support. For a everyday MM and EDMM, or isn't Patrick a EDM MM or a DECA? I think there's biblical scripture on that. Isn't there, Pasta? You go to Bible class. Here, I think I got it here. I emailed it to somebody, in fact. Because, you know, the people that need the money, they don't get it. They don't receive the money. Why is that? Let's see. I don't want to go look it up again. Wait a second. Did I delete it? Updating. I got several email addresses, so it's a little difficult. Yeah, I get it. It was their way of showing support. Nobody hopped on with him, though, except his brother. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for scripture. Hang on. He that. Okay, here we go. King James Version. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. It is Sunday. All right. Pasta reports or retorts. Let's see, who lives by the sword will die by the sword. Well, I'm a King James Version man. Matthew 26:52. Put up again thy sword into his place, for all that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Bible says lots of things. It's all in what? It's in the interpretation. And just in case somebody with with a very obscure YouTube channel is listening, is spiritually centered. That was just for him. Hey, Potts, if you're still listening, let me make sure I understand this. When you say, nobody will support Jackson, he's hating, backstabbing, AD never calling, took a different play, and will be successful. The money was a message sent. Who was that message sent to? Those channels watching the NewBroShow? In other words, this is how you do a channel. You wouldn't necessarily say he has a positive tone all the time in there. Do you think that's a positive tone that he sets all the time? And again, who's the message sent to the other channels? So I guess Curly shows a way to do it too. If the money is a message sent, this is what they want done. Just so I understand. Well, he does. He will show a little hostility other places too. Pastor Patrick is positive, except on Morty. Or situations, or people that are shopping the way he doesn't like them to shop, right? And I do pull my cart by the side because I shop very early. You know, guys like that. Don't you think he has to slow down a little bit? You know, relax. I don't think he can do it. He's a bullet train. He's going full speed ahead. Well, you got to be going that fast. You better have a firm foundation. Pasta, if you're still there, Godspeed, that is in the Bible, but it's as Godspeed. It doesn't sound good. For he that biteth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's another one? I don't want that. Hang on. It's Sunday. I'm doing some scripture study here. That's what it says. I don't know what it means. For he that biteth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. That's reflecting bad on you. Pasta. It's just my opinion, Docs, but it's my opinion. You and Morty took. How did Morty take him under his wing? And Morty took Jax under your wing and duped in his real motives. Well, what's his real motives? He's a con man. Okay, well, conning to get what? Money out of me? I haven't given him any money. I purchased a StreamYard account. I've seen the receipt. I did, I don't mind doing that. He's been kicked around by powerful channel masters. Watch Nicholas and what's his name? Curly. So now he's got his own platform. Is he making the best use of it? Well, it depends on his motivation. If he just wants to go over there and blow off steam, yeah, I guess he's doing a good job. But it's hard. How do you get people to participate? I mean, if you're in a bad mood, I don't even want to go on there, right? Or just say hello. You got to learn. He learning. And duped. Well, again, I don't know if you know what his motives are. Tell me. Okay, well, now you're switching gears. Possibly. He started the kicking and got kicked back and cried like a baby. Well, listen. But what are his motives? How's he a con man? You think he conned me? I enjoy giving him a platform. I enjoyed, and I'm in the background. I can't write him a script to do the show. That's his. And no matter what they do to you, if you listen, this is for anybody. If they're gonna, you gotta be able to handle it somehow, or ignore it, or boot them out. But maybe it's a show. I don't know. I don't know if it's part of the show. I mean, what was it? Because I think some guys help him. I don't know. I don't know his relationship with others. The true relationship. I mean, I hear what I hear on the program, but I don't know his true relationship with them. Well, that's not right. Lost my musica. Well, Pasta, all I can tell you is I've associated with him for a while now. I haven't had a problem. He's been upfront with me. That's all I can tell you. Pasta, I think Doc's looked at all the people saying the same thing. I think, Docs, look at all the people saying the same thing, and you're saying in other words, we all got it wrong and you got it right about him. All I know is my relationship with him. I don't know yours with him. Sorry, I think you got this one wrong. Well, I gave him the keys to my channel. He didn't do anything, bad with it. He did call me up and tell me he was, because I did require a pivot. And he didn't want to do it. Okay, so he left. And he did tell me he's going over Curly's, and whether, it doesn't matter if he asked or Curly, it doesn't matter. He decided to do that, and that's fine. He told me about it, no harm. So you want me to call him a bad apple or a bad character? I can't do that based on what I've associated with him. I mean, my association with him. He's not a neighbor. I mean, he's in Ohio. But you want me to condemn him? Judge ye not, lest ye be judged. I'm associating with him online. I don't have a problem with that. Hey, I'm the same guy that said Archie had a personality disorder, and I took hell for it for years, months. People have come around.
The secret is, if you find a wealthy lady who supports you, you don't need to pay anything. That's the secret, okay?
The sad thing, indirectly or directly, it affects your channel. Possibly I could care less. If you condemn him or not, this is only up to you. Well, you're condemning him. You're calling him a con man. I don't know what you base that on. Has he ever conned you, taken your money? Well, the channel is one thing. People come and go. And I just do it. It's nice to get views, but it's a creative outlet for me. I'm not in it for the money. And I just hang out here. I like the view. I like to share it with people. And I do some, it's kind of neat to talk to people around the world. And now I have low viewership right now watching, but when I come back, all of a sudden there's 100 views. So people do come in to tune in, after a while. Who knows what affects the channel? The only thing affecting my channel is my copyright strike that I got myself. I was going to do some music I found on. I can't afford to do it, even though it says it's not copyright. It says not at this time, or it won't affect your channel. Yeah, it doesn't affect your channel till it does affect your channel. So I got to lay low until August. So that's fine. I can still do other things, Okay, thank you. I think I know what you're saying, Lizzie Pasta. I like you and Morty. I won't let Jax affect that ever, Docs. That's all I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Yeah, judge me. And, you know, like I see you going over on Curly's channel all the time. I don't know why, but that's between you and him. So I would say the same, you know, thing to you. Kind of makes me wonder, but. Now, here's an interesting comment on the NewBroShow. Davy Smalls, the wealthy are circulating the money amongst themselves here. Well, that's true everywhere. That's the economy. You got to have some money to spend it, right? So that's true everywhere. The wealthy are circulating the money amongst themselves. Well, go out and get some. Go out and earn it. People are circulating it. You go out and earn it, Davey. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken then, Pasta. I could be mistaken. Funny you say that because Curly says he never sees me. The truth is I am in the bed when his show is on. But yes, I do listen and will support overall. Okay. It doesn't mean I agree with all that he does and says. Okay. I got you. Now, I do want to comment when big money start exchanging hands, you know, with online personalities. There's something going on with that. I understand the $2, the $3, you know, and you know $5, $10, maybe even $50, but the top money, like thousands of dollars, that makes no sense to me. Unless you make an agreement and get a contract, you know, hey, I want to be on the show. You know, you allow me on the show, or you buy your way on the show or something, but I don't. Why? You know? And you clearly, Curly has some motivation. You don't give $500 to a guy. It's not a gift. You're purchasing something. I mean, come on. And that's what he did. I mean, if you look at Curly's past history, he gave a lot of money to Archie. He bought his way in, and then on his way out, he got it all back, I think, on his channel now. So he was he was promoting himself. So maybe that's what he's doing over here. Just, you know, it's a business decision to grow his channel, I'm guessing. But man, do you really want to? If you need that kind of money, you shouldn't have retired young. If you're only 60, you shouldn't have retired, unless the job, wound down. I didn't want to retire. I had my retirement all planned. I was going to do it when I'm 65 because I wanted Medicare. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So then you just got to make do. Unless I really wanted to work and I have to go out of state. I didn't want to do that. I had a good run. I get a kick out of these newscasters, or like somebody gets laid off. Who's the last guy? CNN. He's been there with the white hair. He's been there like 30 years or 20 years. I don't feel sorry for him. He lost his job. He had a good run. Everybody loses their job eventually. So, you smile about it and say thank you. Do you want to die on the job? Really? That's your relationship? That's your primary thing in life, is your career? What was his name? The CNN guy. How many years did he have? Let's go to Grok. Because Bateman just loves me using Grok. For some reason that really upsets him. It's just an aggregator. Let's see, what CNN host recently retired, and why did he retire, and how many years was he there? And he's also, I think, the child of a Vanderbilt. So, he had maybe just the prestige of being on the show. Not Jim Acosta. No, to hell with him. No. Let's change it. Let's change the question. What CNN host? Hang on. What CNN host, male host, with white hair, recently retired? And what is his bio? I think Google would have answered it by now. Why they keep sending me to Jim Acosta? All right. Somebody, Anderson Cooper. There you go, old-timey. And you hit it. They keep giving me Jim Acosta. I am not a fan of Jim Acosta. Let's do it again. Anderson Cooper. Let's see, why did Anderson Cooper leave? See, I got the mic in front of me, and I got the keyboard. I got to have the keyboard right in front of me. And what is his bio? Oh, wait a second. It says he hasn't left it. Oh, wait a second. He stepped away from his 2026 for his long-running role as a correspondent for CBS 60 Minutes. Oh, he was crying over that? So he took 60 Minutes away from him? Anderson Cooper did not leave CNN. He remains the anchor of Anderson Cooper 360. Well, unless they're going to cancel that. He renewed his contract with the network in late 2025. Why he left 60 Minutes? Cooper cited two main reasons: family priorities. He has two young sons, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. Wow. Yeah, you better spend time with that. Okay. He's making good dough. I think he comes from money. Here we go. Early life. Born in New York City to writer Wyatt Emery Cooper and artist socialite Gloria Vanderbilt of the Vanderbilt family fortune. Okay, that's all I need to know. Graduated from Yale University, 1989, BA in political science. Okay. He also studied Vietnamese at the University of Hanoi. Interesting. Okay, that's all I want to know. Old timey. I should have just asked old timey. He left 60 Minutes. Yeah. Pasta. I am at the age to decide when I retire. I don't believe I ever will. I'm ingrained to work till I die. Ooh, you want to die on the job. In the back of my head, what if I croak on the sit-up board? Well, at least there's people around me, so, yeah, that's okay. It's really not up to us. I mean, the switch could go off at any time, at any age, really. I mean, look at that NASCAR driver. Now, he's another one, I think, because he's making the big, big dollars. He just wouldn't take time off. He died of a very bad case of pneumonia or a special kind of pneumonia. You got to take care of yourself, walking around. And then he says, send a doctor over. In other words, he's not going to go to the doctor. He's too busy. Well, 41. Cashed in your chips. Well, I hope if you can work, Pasta, if you can work till you're 65 and you own your home and you got a little bit of money, that's when you retire. Get Medicare. And then don't take Social Security unless you need it. If you need the money, then you take it. But if you don't need it, wait till you're 70. Just my advice. For what it's worth. It worked for me. Pasta. Anderson Cooper, he's a Vanderbilt wealthy, but brother died. Okay, well, my brother's dead too. But we were never close at all. Ooh, brother did himself in, says Pasta. Yeah, that's terrible. See, I believe in karma. And if life's a gift and you do that, I think you got to pay somehow. But it's Time Lord says, showbiz can get ugly. So what is showbiz? CNN is showbiz, right? Actually, it's all politics to me. It's not even entertaining. It's just all political commentary. And I don't need it. And I'm more... Now, also, there's been some very top draw conservative talk show hosts, Rush Limbaugh being one of them. Now, I may agree with him, but I got to the point I don't want to listen to him because he gets me wound up. Why? I'm one man, one vote, Yeah, people forget about that because I actually was on Medicaid, healthcare for the poor. And I didn't like it. I says, well, I got assets. They don't care. It's all based on income. What do they call it? Not gross income, earned income. And so to them, you're poor. I said, are you telling me I can go in there with a Rolex and a new car and I can get Medicaid, health care for the poor? And they go, yeah, because you are poor when you're not working. So what I wanted to do is just purchase but that was under Obamacare. I wanted to get a decently priced healthcare catastrophic plan. No such thing. Every time I talk to them, you qualify for Medicaid. Oh, you qualify. Okay, all right, let's do it. And if you're relatively healthy, it's not bad. They got to take you at the hospital, and you get generics, and you get a doctor's office. But if you, like I say, I had an ACL tear, allegedly. It self-healed. But they told me if you got to get, I wanted an X-ray, or you had to bring in an X-ray. And I said, well, nobody will see me to get me an X-ray. And then, so the doctor, my primary doctor, put in for it, but she says, no, we're not going to do it because we were told that if you were denied for any reason, you can never ask for another one. Oh, what the hell with that? Yeah, it should be, but it's not. I mean, maybe it never was. We just didn't know it. Time Lord should be just the news. I did like Crossfire. I don't want to hear people argue. I watched the McLaughlin Report and some other ones, but I can't watch any of it now. What force? Well, You don't have to do it. What are you going to do for health care? Are you independently wealthy, Time Lord? You don't have to go into Medicare. Then you're penalized. That's a good question. Let's go to Grok. Come on, Bateman, let's go to Grok. Let's see. Must I enroll in Medicare? I'm independently wealthy. My name is Time Lord. No, I don't put that. Let's see. I'll just put here, I am wealthy. No, you are not required to enroll in Medicare just because you're wealthy. No, that's not what I'm asking. Let's get the wealthy part out of that. Must I enroll in Medicare? Oh, hang on, gotta get rid of it again. No, you don't have to enroll in Medicare if you don't want to, or if you have qualifying alternative coverage. But there are important caveats, potential penalties in situations where it's strongly recommended or automatic. Absolutely. You get it, it's your best deal. Part A, hospitalization. Part B, medical. Part D, prescription. I got a PPO. And people always like Clark Howard are against PPO, but I like it. It's worked for me. You should, at 65, what I would do, what I did is you go to a healthcare broker and see the HMO, they pay less. So the doctor pool is smaller. So the really good doctors, you know, they're more likely to be in the PPO. It's 65. I would sign up for it. Medicare is Social Security. It's part of, or it's the other way around. They take it from your Social Security only if you want it. You got to sign up for it. Like when you do your, since I wasn't working when I was 62. Wait a second now. Hang on here. Okay, no, I turned 65, and I didn't take my Social Security payments, so I had to pay every quarter. And they'd send me some nasty, and I still have those receipts. I didn't take it out, or however I sent it to them by check or something else, and I had to pay the premiums. Now, as soon as I took Social Security payments at age 70, then they automatically deduct it. They take it, well, if they're taking it, well, you're telling me you're not on Social Security now, right? But if you, they will take it out automatically. If you're on it, right? But if you're telling me, I don't know how old you are, but if you're telling me you don't want Medicare, then they're not going to take it out. And if you're not on Social Security, they'll send you a bill, and then you pay it that way. Now, isn't that interesting? I mean, that's geezer talk. Oh, you're 60. Okay. You're 60. You're a healthy 60. If you're working, say you're working. If you can afford it, or if you're healthy enough, you work till you're 65. Because if you're getting your health care through your employer, you don't want to lose your job between now and 65 because you got health care coverage through your employer. And then once you get on Medicare, if you want to keep working, but especially you can keep working, take the Medicare, and don't take the Social Security because you're eligible at 62, but you'd only take that if you needed it, in my opinion. You know, because you know how long you're going to live if you're relatively healthy. This is not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a professional. Go talk to a healthcare broker. That's what I did. In your county, your Medicare coverage depends. Every county is different because they kind of regulate that. So when I was in Las Vegas, I was in Clark County, and then when I came out here, I was in a different county, and I found a healthcare broker, and I said I had a PPO and I wanted happy with it, so I'm on a United Healthcare PPO. But don't, you don't have to take Social Security. And by all means, if you haven't already done it, get a Social Security account online. So because somebody could be using your Social Security number right now and be getting benefits. Now, how are you going to get benefits? There's a Social Security website, and ID.me, I think. That's the easiest way to navigate that, because it is ungodly. Because they have you change your password, and it's got to be so many words and letters, and you got to change it every 6 months. Just ID.me, and they'll recognize that. And so will the IRS website. And they want you to when you put in for benefits, and then it gives you the breakdown of how much you'll be making, and it shows your earnings, your lifetime earnings, and double check that, because how much you pay in, that determines what you get out of it, right? Oh, I don't think you're nuts. That works great. Time limit. I could retire today, but I never want to stop working. I enjoy working. I am nuts. Well, if you enjoy it, no, hang in there. You don't want to retire at 60. Unless you're ready for, I don't know what your money situation is. If you can afford to go out and buy a health care plan. But if you enjoy working, you got to put in another 5 years. That'd be great. Aaron Fletcher, good evening. Hi, Docs. I'm Fairfield, Massachusetts. Now, I'm not an answer man, and I don't play one on YouTube. I'm just telling you what my experience that I've had with it. If I had to do it over, but they closed the building. So, and I didn't want to, I just didn't want to go get another job, really. I didn't want to move. If that building would have been open, I would have put in another 3 years. I know I would have. But I was saving money. I did pretty good. And there's no boo-hoo-hoo. I had a good run, And a lot of the coworkers, they just bought the most expensive house they could, and they have to keep working. But it was great for me because I increased. Now I treated going to the fitness center. Instead of going to work, I go to the fitness center, when I was in Las Vegas. Even when I hurt my leg, I would get over there and just kind of walk on the treadmill. Well, New Jack City, are you going to have a show today? Or early morning? Not today, but in the morning. I guess I could go look online. Maybe you already got it up. No, I don't see it. Yes. He says yes. Where is Jax, by the way? Where is he? I got him right here. There he is. There's the Jax. He says, yes, there's going to be a show. Okay. Not bad for 60 years of age, huh? Look at that. And I was fact-checked on this. Dennis is 68. Oh, God, did I misprint that? It should be 69. I got here Dennis 68, 60 in August. No. I guess he's going to be 69 in August. There's Brother Docs. There's self-righteous Brother Docs. Time Lord, my mom took Social Security early and also bought an annuity for life. Yeah, go search Clark Howard for that. There's only one kind of annuity that you should buy. And I would never touch them. But made more money with the annuity than Social Security. Well, as long as, everybody's a little different. And I'm sitting on all this money. And it's like, but I got a certain lifestyle, it's just everything's paid for. I don't, my credit card is just mostly for Wawa, my debit card. Ooh, the color, the sun has softened up a little bit. It's a little cloudy. I don't know if you've heard, Jax, but Curly gave the big dollars to Patrick today, like over 500, I think. I wonder what Curly was thinking.
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift.
Yeah, of course it's not a gift. It's a manipulation. And there's the bullet train, the NewBroShow. Get on board or get out of the way because we'll run you over. Full throttle. He's still talking. He's still on. He's been on 4 hours, 54 minutes. I gotta look at the live chat. I did see Bear Clooney over there. He wasn't on the panel, but he was. He sent him some money. Time Lord, Pat is rebel streaming your weekend show. Patrick is rebel streaming your weekend. No, he's not. No, he gave 48-hour notice, and nobody has a. I'll let a guy stream a couple hours, but nobody is entitled to a 5-hour block of time. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that game. No, there's no really such thing. Competition makes better, makes you improve your game, right? But I don't really have any material. I'm just hanging out. Waiting for the rain. Oh, man, it really came down. Lightning, a couple of strikes were close, but it was just pouring. That was about the heaviest rain. It really doesn't get heavier than that. And just, I walked around the house and it pushed stuff around, but everything looks pretty good. And the soil here is so sandy, it goes right through. But before it got dark, I mean, there was rivers. You can see the depressions in the golf course, and it was just flowing towards the head. I mean, wide creeks, because it couldn't soak in fast enough. And then once it hit the hedge, it goes from right to left, and there's a depression over there, and it was a pond. Pretty funny. I guess Monday's a holiday, no mail, but I'm going to hit the fitness center. I got my stuff laid out. Patrick must have mentioned Morty because it got Perry talking about him. Like he never listened to the show, so he must have. He got 39 people, 40 people watching. I should turn it off. I'm just waiting for him to leave. Are you serious? The Jewish tradition. So is the tradition a commandment? I'm going to go to Grok for that. Let's see, how many traditions? Oh, how do I phrase this? How did you do it? How many Jewish are there? And are these traditions commandments? There is no single fixed number of Jewish traditions, as the term is broad and encompasses a wide variety of practices that differ by community, denomination, region, and historical period. Judaism distinguishes clearly between core commandments, which is mitzvot, mitzvot, and customs and traditions, which are minhagim, minhagmin, whatever. Core commandments. There are 248 positive commandments. In other words, do this, honor your parents, observe Shabbat, give charity. There are 365 negative commandments. Do not do this, do not steal, do not murder. Dietary laws, okay. There you go, Jewish studies. All right, I gotta get a water bottle. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. It's wrong again. It's this Time Lord. I wonder if I can copy him. MITSVOT. Time Lord, well, that's not fair because when you do the Grok thing, it shows you every article. It shows you where it's pulling it from. The Time Lord Elon Musk programs his truth, only his truth. Let's try it again. Let's put in this term. What is YAG? It's the Hebrew numerical value of 613. Okay. That's the first word. The Taryag is the Hebrew numerical value for 613. Mitzvot means commandments or religious duties, obligations. What are the 613? They are all positive and negative commandments derived from the written Torah, the 5 books of Moses. They form the core of Jewish religions, religious law, halakha. 248 positive commandments, okay, 365 negative commandments. I think that's what the previous one said. Key facts: not all the 613 apply to everyone or at all times. Many only apply in the land of Israel. Some only to the Kohanim, the priests or Levites, or the king. Many are agricultural. Some are temple related. Okay, that's as far as I can go. I'm not interested in traditions, really. Oh, Patrick is still going strong. He's over the 5-hour limit. And now he's showing a paper plate. Why, I don't know. Yeah, everybody eats well on Memorial Day. To me, it's just another weekend. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't... Oh, look at this. New Jack Struggle. New Jack Struggle. New Jack City, $4.99 for the struggle. Ah, he's donating to the that bullet train known as NewBroShow. Okay, boy, they get nasty in the comments. You went to Catholic school? I was Latter-day Saint, Mormon, and in Utah public schools, you would on Sunday. I had, what did I have? I had priesthood meeting in the morning, and then Sunday school. Well, when you're really young, it's just Sunday school, and then that's the boys and girls are together. And as you get older, there's priesthood meeting, which is men only. And of course, the women have Relief Society. And then there was Sunday school. That was a class. But then you go in the chapel. You'd have Sunday services. Man, I don't remember this. And then you'd go to the Sunday school. But then later in the day, you'd have sacrament, a separate deal. And but anyway, the public schools, you couldn't have. You couldn't learn it inside the school. So on every school, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which they have plenty of money, they'd buy a building. They'd build a building across the junior high or across the high school, and then you would walk over there for classes. But I didn't pay any attention to any of it. I think I got a D, and I may even flunked one. I don't know. I just didn't. I wasn't into it. I was just like, I just wanted to lay low. I didn't even know what the golden rule was. I didn't know anything. I was just like I just wanted to lay low because of the alcoholism. I am not a victim. I've never played a victim on YouTube, but that was just the way I was back then. Just get me out of here. Let me get out of here. Do you? You like the Mormons? And then I got something from Perry. He said Netflix is doing a show called, some show about the villages. It's the Burrows. The Burrows. I watched the trailer on it. YouTube. I want nothing to do with it. It's just a cheapy horde thing. They got goblins living underneath or some monsters or something. I'm not into that. Okay, he went over his 5 hours, see? He's been on 5 hours and 6 minutes.
Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever, and I'm not going to go on.
Some men you just can't reach, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it.
Blondie, come back. Blondie, come back. We can be friends.
Breaking news. Breaking news. We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, all three of you. Bear Clooney Watches is showing his support for Crappy. Of course, his name is Morty Bear. I'm quoting now. I love my bro, Patrick, but I strongly disagree on his position against Morty. I don't believe in bullying the weakest link. Morty has his faults, but there are certainly bigger a-holes than this community. There you go. Bear Clooney sticking up for Morty. I guess he's going on a Morty rant. If I tune in, I shouldn't do that. I'm not going to stream his show.
I made so much. I made 6 figures in the last month, okay? Like, I mean, for me, that's a lot of money, okay? Like, I made 6 figures. It wasn't 7 figures, but yes, I made 6 figures in the last week. Last week, I made 6 figures. Last month, I made multiple 6 figures. I have, like, 197,000 in realized gains in the last 3 months. If somebody sends money, I can prove that. I think it's 197 in realized gains, but then there's also a couple 100,000 in unrealized gains. And you know what I learned from that process is that technically, if the bill is mostly intact, you can take it to a bank and they will reimburse you. That's what I learned from that. That's what I definitely learned from that, is that I have buried cash when I've been very high or very drunk. More than once. More than once I've buried the cash. I don't know. I think I buried like 40 grand once, and then I think I buried like 30 grand or 20 grand. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, I did do that.
I don't think I've really covered that. I play the clip, but I wanted to talk about it. I can't wrap my head around that. What would possess someone to bury money on their property? Cash. And so I tried to put myself into that. Okay, he's drinking, he gets high. I could see doing it one time, but twice? And then I tried to relate it to my life. Well, I put a block on the little liquor cabinet here, okay, just so I don't want to grab it. You know, if it's in the kitchen and it's like a bowl of peanuts, you're going to go to it. So I wanted to, put a block there, so I have to go get the key if I want to have a drink. And if I think that way, then I won't do it. I also have a very small, limited cigarette lighter collection. And I thought, well, back in the day, I thought, what if I want a cigarette or something to smoke? So I got like Dunhills. They don't even say cigarettes; they're just Dunhills. I don't know if it's I don't even know if they're white paper or cigars or what. So what did I do? I saran wrapped it. So, okay, if you want to use one of your cigarette lighters, you want to smoke, there it is. You have to open it. I've never opened it. But it looks good with the collection, though. So maybe, is that why he buried it, so he wouldn't be tempted to get it? But if you're going to, why wouldn't you just take it across town to a safety deposit box? Where you got to get in your car, you got to go drive, you got to take your key, you got to go during banking hours. And that would prevent you from getting your hands on it. Now, it's not insured, but it's in your yard, so it's not insured there, too. But has anybody, in this day and age, I mean, it's not a depression, it's not a civil war. Why would you bury money? Somebody explain that to me. How would it be safer than a bank? Nick is a stock trader. He's gambling, individual stocks, and he's a gambling. The buried cash might be safer than a bank. Really? Like you said, what about, I can't believe that. And then why would it be damaged? He didn't waterproof it? And we're not talking a couple $100. We're talking 40,000, 20,000. You're going to pay taxes on it. I mean, there's no way around that. And Time Lord, the government could go into your bank account and take a percentage for the national. Now, if you owe taxes, yeah, they can go in there and take it. You betcha. And they know every move you make. If you get into safety, let's say you owe, I don't know, 20,000 back taxes, and they find out that you even sold anything. If your Social Security goes out there I worked with a guy that did that. He made a deal with him. He had to pay him back. Okay. So he had this very Dodge Power Wagon, Cummins diesel, and he shipped it to Utah to sell, and it was sold, but the bank never sent him the money. And he told me they didn't. I said, but I don't want to use his first name. I said, but you. The deal is they get paid first. You may have had a deal with them, but when you sell something, because he wanted to take his wife on smooth things over, because he lost a lot of money. Smooth things over and take her on a world trip or something. He needs some cash, so he sold it. But he said, we had a deal. We had a deal. Hey, that's not the deal isn't, you can't make a deal with IRS and then sell assets, because once they see that, they just grab the money. So he was trying to get a hold of the vice president of the bank, where's my money? And then he finally, he was kind of moping around, and I said, well, what did they tell you? Yeah, you're right, they got it. Yeah, that's the deal. They're if you hit a Keno ticket in Las Vegas, they run your Social Security number. And if you, let's say you won $10,000, there's going to be somebody come down. They'll introduce you to my name is Mr. Smith. How are you? Yeah, I'm here to pick up the check. What are you talking about? Well, you owe taxes, and they'll just take it right on the spot. So it has nothing to do with the national debt. IRS can go anywhere to grab it, really. Time Lord says, bank deposit box or no, compared to burying it in the backyard or in your property? I mean, come on. Time Lord, people who do not pay taxes hide money. Well, I'm not saying that. Let's see. People who do not pay hide. I'm not saying he owes taxes. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he doesn't pay his taxes. Okay, I'm not saying that. I guess that would be one reason for it. But then he claimed he learned that if you take the bad money in, they'll refund it. Well, if you're taking $20,000 in, you got 20,000 bad bills. IRS is going to find out about it. Really? I don't know that. Time Lord, Asian women hide money at home. The community loans out to each other. Really? Interesting. Time Lord, illegally made money. That's the only reason you bury something? They taxed eBay almost out of business. Well, you got to declare income. Look at PayPal now. If you're moving money around, if you're selling, the PayPal will do it. Many people do not trust banks. Okay, so do you bury I don't think a majority of them bury them. I'm sure there's some that bury, but not. They may hide it in the house or have a safe at home or something. I would agree. Many people don't trust themselves. I would agree with that. Time Lord, I've never buried money. No. Yeah, I don't get it. Oh, he's gone. He finally ended the show. 5 hours, 17 minutes, something like that. Patrick has ended the show. And the New Bro show is stopped its run. I hope it didn't run over anybody. Hey, Planka. Docs. Evening. Patrick has done well with his show. Hey, he's a go-getter. Do a 5-hour show like that. Good for him. I'm surprised he monetized, but what's he going to do with that money? Oh, come on. I've heard this since I graduated high school. The end is near. Oh, the end is near. The time when the banks are collapsing again. Docs, the USA is on the edge of depression. In my opinion, Trump is keeping it above water. He destroyed China with the oil shutting down in Iran. Well, China had problems to begin with. They were cheating all over the place. But what are you going to do? Not get up in the morning? You're gonna tuck yourself in. Why get out of bed? It's all gloom and doom. I've heard this. When it ends, it ends. I think we're in great shape. Now, you get Democrats in there. You want more inflation? They will just reopen the borders. It'll all come back. You got to have responsible people running the government. And that's the reason I would never vote for a delusional, dangerous, deranged Democrat. We've always had debt. But you grow the economy, We've always had debt. As a percentage, I think we're in great shape. Got all these trillions coming in, new factories going up, more people paying taxes, more people working. You got to keep people working. The Treasury Secretary is a great guy. He understands it. I'm going to ask Grok that. Let's see. The depression is over the money supply, I think. Okay, key benchmarks, the key benchmark is debt to GDP ratio. The most common way to assess how large the debt is involving comparing it to the size of the economy, the GDP, all right? Current gross debt to GDP around 122 to 123%. Now, the historical context, it peaked at 128% right after World War II. The previous modern high. It then fell sharply to lows. Okay. So you got to get the fundamentals right. And yeah, we could have borrowed, we had Trump called him an idiot, the Fed chair. And you see what he did to that building? He can't even get a building done. Billions and billions of dollars. He couldn't build anything. He was incompetent. But he held the interest rates high. The U.S. could have borrowed it, but we'll work it out. Other benchmarks per person, it's roughly $114,000 per U.S. resident. Well, I could pay my share. Yeah, I could pay it today if I had to. Oh, and it's creating them too. I mean, again, You know, when I grew up in the 70s, oh, we don't have any oil. The oil is gone. It's fracking. AI may create some stuff. It's replacing too many jobs. There's some jobs you need a human. But you got to have motivation for people to work. Unlike Timmy, you know, but he's a trust fund kid. He gets the $7,000 a month. I'm not an economist, so I don't, you know. National debt, Blanca, the national debt is a bit nuts. Only thing is that if the USA falls, it takes everyone with it to do that. Dependent. Oh, yeah, okay, you're going to sleep in tomorrow? Is it all over? You're going to stay in bed? What are you going to do? You're going to live your life. I think he was overseeing it, McLobster. I mean, they're blaming it on him. He was the chair of that department, I think. Time Lord, I cannot find any competent labor at reasonable pay. Okay. Well, do it yourself then. What do you want me to do? Find a solution. What's the Fed's? What is the new Fed in already? The new Fed chair? That's a good question for Brock. Okay, yeah, the new guy is in. So, I mean, okay, Jerome Powell was the current chair, often referred to in recent context as the one he was overseeing the major ongoing project. It's central to the recent controversy, but the building in question is the Mariner S. Eccles Federal Reserve Board building. So he was overseeing it. He's an incompetent. Let's see. As chair, it was his responsibility, along with the Board of Governors, because Congress authorized the Federal Reserve in 19 blah, 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 led the board during the planning designed by architect Paul Philip Crett and construction phases. The project reflected the areas needed, blah, 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 blah. The building, this was a new build, not a renovation, costing a relatively modest 2.7 million. Oh, wait a second. This is back in 34-48. Now here we go. Under James Powell, the recent $2.5 billion with a B renovation under Jerome Powell. The high-profile multi-billion-dollar project refers to the comprehensive renovation and modernization of the historic Eccles building built in the 30s. Okay. Powell's role. As chair since 2018, he and the board approved and have overseen the project. He's the chair. He's responsible for it. The cost is, the board approved 2.46 to 2.5 billion for a renovation or even a new building. Billions? With reports of 600 million in overruns from the initial, and now it's 1.9 billion. It's a terrible, but it's not his money, it's your money. I just read it to you, McLobster. Yes, there's a new chair, yes. Be careful. Be careful. I don't want to be doing my brakes. I don't want to be doing that on my vehicle. No, I'm so thankful I can afford to pay people. I've been using YouTube, teaches you how to fix your own auto and home. Well, on simple things, like a toilet won't stop running. And I didn't know what it had. The overflow valve seal. And it was simple. And it was great. Stuff like that I'd do. Or I look up stuff like why my charger in my car won't work. Not that I can fix it, but I did find a workaround. I had a USB cable, the perfect size, so I'm going to try that out Monday. A Mega Value customer, when is Doc's going on a guided fishing tour? That would be big fun. I wouldn't be filming the whole thing, but I've been there, done that, but it's I may have to do that. I've had my fun doing it through the years, but I'm so close to the coast. But I get into game mode, and then you spend half a day out there, and it just kind of consumes everything, But I've been watching these fishing shows. There's one called the Fishaholic or something. That's fun to watch him to go out there and do that. But I don't know if some of these, like the amberjacks that are the big ones, you spend, trying to get that thing in the boat. It's a lot of work, too. According to Time Lord, Trump is going to wipe out the national debt with his new chairman. Jerome Powell did not give up his vote. He just stepped down from the job. Terrible Fed guy. You have no photographs or decor in your home. Of what? I have some decor. What do you mean, McLobster? I got the only photo I have up to my left of my parents. They're looking down at me. Is there a reason you have no photographs or decor in your home? I think I'm kind of a minimalist. I got some tech stuff around here. Do I like the view? Let me turn around here. Yeah, I got a big picture at the front door. Oh, those red plants I put to the front of the house, they are gorgeous. The front door, beautiful. I got some Miracle Grow I put in there, and this time I pushed them right into the shade. But the water really either evaporates or it gets soaked up pretty fast. But the leaves are so dark and the flowers are so red. It's just beautiful. So I'm looking around and I get it. I don't, listen, when I first got down here, Ronnie and, let's see, get the names right now. No, Donnie and Reggie. They took me to the gay community homes, that the guys they knew. I can't live like that. There's just shit everywhere. There's just something, it's just packed. It's like a museum. I can't take it. I don't like it. I don't like the clutter. I like to have a clean view. It's clean, it's orderly. I'm just not big enough. If I go out shopping for something, I got to like it, before if I see something that really sparks me, then I'll do it. B-Tech, hey man, have you witnessed any DUIs and car crashes? Oh, there's some terrible car crashes. I can't watch the local news. There's just some terrible, just how killings, and a dog killed a woman, a pack of dog, a neighbor. It was in the neighborhood and it killed this woman, and it's depressing. Why do I need to know that? Why do I have to carry that around in my consciousness? There was one on the street, which is the street in front of the fitness center is really a highway, and somebody comes flying along and cars flip over, and it's terrible. I don't think I've witnessed them. I read about them. I haven't witnessed them. Witnessed any DUI or car crashes? No. Oh, I got 12 viewers. That's the only. You're all coming over here from the bullet train. That bullet train. There's the bullet train. the New Bro Show. Get on board or get out of the way, because he ain't stopping. He ain't stopping for you. Has a dead... let's see. Let's go. I'll give you credit for that. Hang on. Docs has a dead fish as a decor. Maybe you should catch a newer, better fish. I wanted the right size, and that fits perfect. And it's a memento. I mean, the woman had the garage sale, and she told me the story about her and her dad and everything. So there's a story behind it. Golf cart crashes? Yeah. Hey, if you, you know that thing I did on the boats? If you listen to that, Tickers was over here, you know, and you know, men don't, they're out there drinking. Anything, well, you're drinking and driving anything will happen, whether it's a boat or a golf cart. But they have that bridge over the villages, over the, in fact, I talked to a woman, she's in a wheelchair. She has a pass that she can take her, she has a golf cart, so she can go over that. She told me you got to have I thought it was like a garage door opener, but she says now it's an ID. So you have to use your ID to cross over. So even if I was on my bicycle, but I can drive. I don't need to take that thing over there, the bike, if I want to. If I could take my bike and walk it across the street, but it's dangerous even crossing the street with the lights. People are crazy. But the golf cart, because it's like a hill. It's not a straight. You can't see over the bridge, so you don't know who's coming the other way, and it's narrow. You can pass each other, but you gotta go slow. Or if you're making corners or turns, they flip over. One woman, they're always getting. Listen, geezers are always getting killed. They're in a rush. When those first came out to me, they had the plaque. When they first came out, a woman at work, I jumped out of my skin when where you get a bass on a plaque and then it turns and talks to you. I just almost jumped out of my skin when she gave that to me. She was laughing. Maybe a talking trend. Now don't be mad because the Fed was in charge at the chair. Don't get mad at me. I don't need a companion. I don't need a trout for a companion. Oh, I pulled up my girlfriend next door, the miniature schnauzer. So I was getting out of my car, and she was whining. Like she comes over to see me, maybe because she thought I came back from a long trip or something. She gets taken on a lot of, she's been on more trips than I've been on. All right, 2 hours, 14 minutes, 8 people watching. Let's see. I wonder what was Curly thinking, giving all that money to Patrick? What was he thinking?
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift.
Yeah, it ain't a gift. No comments? All right. Well, I'll hang out a little bit longer.
I do have access to some money. Well, I have access to money. I don't have access to money to buy a quality watch.
You cannot be serious!
At any given time, there are around 1,500 aliens on the planet. Most of them right here in Manhattan. And most of them are decent enough. They're just trying to make a living.
Cab drivers.
Not as many as you'd think. Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
B-Tech 611. I wouldn't want Curly's dirty coins. He'd pass up $500. Time Lord says respect and love. B-Tech 611. Curly now owns him. Well, Curly, he's up to something. I mean, he did he gave all that money to Archie. He got it all back. He promoted himself. He got it all back. He was investing. He was investing in himself when he gives money, which that's okay. He's smart. He's a smart businessman. Time Lord asks B-Tech, why is Curly's money dirty? I'm not calling it dirty. I'm saying it's not a gift. There's something there he wants. Go ahead, B-Tech, tell us. Okay, at least you're honest. B-Tech says, cause he banned me, man. At least an honest man. There you go. Everybody gets that freedom of speech wrong that I've noticed. You have the only freedom of speech you have is from the government persecution. Not on a YouTube channel, there's no freedom of speech. It's somebody's channel. Your employer, if your employer sees you on one of these shows and they identify you and they don't like what you're saying, you're fired if they want to. Your freedom of speech is against government persecution. Unless you're running for president and you're competent, then they'll go after you and they'll do false charges and they'll make up a Russian hoax and everything else. and they'll have people in government go after you and pull you into court. You better be a billionaire, you'll be broke. Host a barbecue? What is this? Host a barbecue, Doc. Those old gals are single and ready to mingle. No. I was joking with a guy over at, oops, let me get rid of that. Hang on. I was joking with a guy at the fitness center because he lives in Del Boca Vista. Somehow it came up, oh, he says there's a single. He says there's a singles club. I go, okay. You know, I said, what's that like? You know, and I can't remember what the joke was, but it's like, he says it's just, there's nothing there. I don't know how we phrased it. These are elderly women, and I'm sure if they want to find some elderly men, if that's what, okay, great. But I don't consider myself that elderly. I meant, I learned the hard way. BD Tech, I learned the hard way, man. Curly's okay. Maybe he'll for a price, he'll reinstate you, I would imagine. Let's see, if Curly says something off color, he could lose his channel. I don't know if has he been remonetized yet? Let's go look, Playboard. No, he is not showing any money for $0 today, yesterday 0, last 7 days 0, 30-day not showing. However, his total revenue in the past, $44,728. I don't know if that's a year or 2 years or how that goes. Since he's been tracked by the StreamYard. BD Docs, have you got I have 2 iMacs, both with M1 chips. For what I do, it's plenty. I got one here off the kitchen, and then I have the other one off in the living room. I have the iMac, the 20, what one is it? Good question. Mac Tracker. Let me look at my Mac Tracker. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, I have an iMac 24-inch M1 2021. Those were available from May 2021 to October 2023. A blue and a gold one. Now, I've offered them to people, other people, and they didn't even want them. But and it's a good thing because they're so expensive. But I would probably get an M4. But I don't really need it for what I do. I can do the iMovie, kind of self-taught on the iMovie. I can put clips together. I just like an all-in-one system. I think it's great. If I go small, I go with the phone. I do have an iPad Air if I want to look at some things. But I just need a larger screen. It's so much easier to do things. Time Lord, it's all about the Benjamin. It's all about the money. It's all about the money, the dollars. Except for this channel. I mean, how many channels do you know that I never ask for money here? I do this for the enjoyment, for the play around, and you earn your money, you keep your money. It needs You want my definition? Well, there has to be an attraction. Besides, I can be friends with anybody. But that's not what you're insinuating. You're saying like a dating relationship. You gotta have some attraction. And Docs, it seems you're conflicted about your age, dating range. It needs, I want to put my glasses on, definition. I have to define it. Well, I guess I'll know it when I see it. Right? And then, okay, you say you're attracted to him. Then there's other things that come involved. How many kids? What are you getting into? Because right now my life is very manageable, drama-free. I get up, I go where I want, do what I want. That changes. And at my age, I'm not sure if I want it, to tell you the truth. I don't know if I could. I don't think I could live with anybody. No. If she had her own house, that would be great. Travel together, that kind of thing. I'd spend a lot of time over there, be great. But at some point, I gotta have my own space. It'd be nice to have 2 iMacs. In other words, I'm not looking for anything. Michael Lobster. In other words, you could do better by identifying. It's never been a goal of mine to be married, ever. I'm never getting married. I don't care if Dallas cheerleader, Miss America moved in next door, and I'm not getting married for any reason. So, and women kind of lean in that direction, But if not, if I can find somebody compatible, it works out. But I still have my space. I'm not a needy person. I'm very independent. I don't need anyone validating me. And I'm from what you hear from Curly, I get along with people well. I socialize at the fitness center and my neighbors and everything else. But I do like staying at home. And when it's hot out there, and I did a little yard work this morning, went around the house. But I'm not looking for anything.